We've received reports that the orcs are regrouping.
Certainly the recent attacks against the internment camps are evidence enough.
Agreed. The Horde is on the move.
This is absurd. My nation will not stand by and watch as the Horde masses on our very doorstep.
The orcs are not our primary concern here. How many times must I repeat myself? King Tyrannus, you must heed my warning. This plague that has gripped the Northlands could have dire ramifications.
Plague? You wizards are just being paranoid.
Let's keep all this in perspective. Even if this plague does pose a threat to us, what are you proposing that we do?
It is simple. As I have said, the Kirin Tor are already prepared to place the villages under strict quarantine.
I will not institute quarantine without proof of your claims, Ambassador. The people of Lordaeron have suffered enough without becoming prisoners in their own lands.
Yet prisoners they are, good king.
What is the meaning of this? Who are you?
Humanity is in peril. The tides of darkness have come again, and the whole world is poised upon the brink of war.
Enough of this! Guards, remove this madman!
Hear me! The only hope for your people is to travel west, to the forgotten lands of Talon.
Travel west? Are you mad?
Hold, Ambassador. I don't know who you are or what you believe, but this is not the time for wrangling prophets. Our lands are beset by conflict, but it shall be we who decide how best to protect our people, not you. Now, be gone!
I failed humanity once before, and I will not do so again. If you cannot take up this cup, then I shall find another who will. The warning has been given. Their fate is now their own.
Welcome, Prince Arthas. The men and I are honored by your presence.
And the formalities, Uther. I'm not king yet. It's good to see you.
You too, lad. I'm pleased that King Tyrannus sent you to help me.
Father still hopes your patience and experience might rub off on him.
It is a father's right to dream, isn't it?
Look, here's where we stand. Our scouts have confirmed that there is an orc encampment hidden somewhere over the next ridge.
As I suspected.
It gets worse. They're preparing to attack the nearby village of Strahnbrad. As far as we know, the village is completely defenseless.
I need to move against the orcs' base immediately. Can you handle Strahnbrad's defense on your own?
Of course, Uther. Don't worry about me.
Good. Meet me at the orc camp once you've saved the village. Be careful, Arthas.
Is there danger?
Right.
Justice shall be done.
Say the word.
I'm here to help. A sound plan.
What do you need?
The light is my strength. I stand for the light. Justice shall be done. Of course. Certainly. For honor. Of course. For honor.
Yes, my liege. Of course.
Is there danger? Certainly.
Orders. Attack!
The light is my strength. A sound plan. Certainly. A sound plan. Of course.
What do you need?
I'm here to help. For honor. For honor.
Say the word.
I stand for the light. A sound plan. Of course.
Yes,
Greetings,
my
friend.
liege.
Justice shall be done. Certainly. Certainly. For honor. Is there danger?
Orders?
I
my
stand
lord.
for the light.
Say the
Greetings, my
The
lord.
light is my strength. Of course. I'm here to help.
Hello.
A sound plan.
word. Yes, my liege. On my way.
Justice shall be done. For honor. Certainly. Of course.
Welcome to our village.
A sound plan. Of course. Certainly.
You need.
I stand for the light. I'm here to help. A sound plan. For honor. For honor. Certainly. A sound plan. Of course.
We'll fight for Lordaeron! Get your swords!
Of course.
Yes, my liege.
The
Aye, my
light is my
lord.
strength. For honor. For honor. Of course.
What do you need?
Is there danger?
Please, you're my only hope. A group of gnolls kidnapped my little Timmy and took him to their hideout in the forest. Could you find him and bring him home?
The light is my strength. Certainly. Certainly. Of course.
You are past.
A
Say
sound
the
plan.
word. On
I'm
my
here to
way.
help.
Orders?
Help me, please. I'm trapped in the cage.
Of course.
Justice is come.
For my father. For honor. I stand for the light.
Please get me out of here. I want to go home.
Let me out.
I stand for the light.
Oh, thanks so much. I have a reward for you.
Is there danger?
Yes, my liege. Orders?
The light is my strength.
Trail of the light. Yes, my liege. Right. What do you need? Of course. Say the word. Of course.
Justice shall be done. A sound plan. I'm here to help. Of course. Certainly. For honor.
Say the word. Orders?
The light is my strength. A sound plan.
What do you need?
Is there danger?
Yes, my liege. Right.
I stand for the light. For honor.
Help! Bandits are stealing our belongings!
We'll take their coin just like everyone else's.
Aye, my lord. Aye, my
Justice
lord.
shall be done.
Bandits stole my ledger. Without it, I will lose my entire farm. Please, retrieve it from their camp. It would mean so much to us.
Certainly. For honor. I stand for the light.
Say the word.
Is there danger? Of course. A sound plan. Certainly.
Save us!
Get a trap.
Take everything, man. Take all the valuables.
Certainly. For honor.
What do you need?
Justice shall be done. Of course. Of course. The light is my strength. For honor. A sound plan. Certainly. Of course. For honor.
Orders?
Is there danger?
Feel my wrath.
I'm here to help.
Justice has come. Feel my wrath.
A sound plan. I stand for the light. Certainly. For honor. Certainly. Of course. A sound plan. For honor. A sound plan. Certainly. Of course. Of course. For honor. Certainly. A sound plan. Of course. Certainly. A sound plan. I stand for the light. For honor. Certainly.
Say the word.
Danger. A sound plan. I'm here to help. Certainly. A sound plan. Of course. Of course.
Betrayal of the light.
For honor.
For my say your prayers. Say the word.
Sound.
Yes, right.
I'm here to help. Certainly. The light. Justice. Of course. I stand for the light. A sound plan. Certainly. Justice shall be done.
You are past redemption. Yes, my liege. Say the word. Orders.
For honor. A sound plan. For honor. I stand for the light.
Foul knave.
Certainly.
What do you need?
I'm here to help. Of course. Certainly. A sound plan. For honor. Of course. Certainly. Of course. A sound plan. For honor. A sound plan. Of course. The light is my strength.
Say
Thank
the
you
word.
for helping me. Please, take this item.
Justice shall be done. I'm here to help. Certainly. For honor. For honor. Certainly. Of course. A sound plan. I stand for the light. Of course.
Save us!
He's escaping!
For a sound plan. Damn. The attack has already begun. To arms, my brothers! Is there danger? Certainly. For honor. Certainly. A sound plan. Of course. For honor. Of course. Certainly. A sound plan.
Justice has come. Yes, my liege. What do you need? Orders. Say the word.
I'm here to help. A sound plan. Certainly. Of course. Is there danger? I stand for the light.
Yes, my liege.
Justice shall be done. For honor. Certainly. A sound plan. For honor. Of course. A sound plan. Of course. The light is my strength. Certainly. For honor. For honor.
Attack!
A sound plan.
You are past
You need.
redemption. To arms!
I'm here to help. Of course. Certainly.
Betrayal of the light.
Certainly. A sound plan.
Feel my wrath. Say the word.
Is there danger? Of course. For honor. A sound plan. For honor. Certainly. Of course. A sound plan. For honor.
What do you need? On my way. Right. Orders. On my way. Yes, my liege.
The light is my strength.
Orders. Aye, my lord. What do you need?
I stand for the light. Justice shall be done. Certainly.
Say the word. Of course. Aye, my lord.
The light is my strength. Of course. For honor. Certainly. Of course. A sound plan. I stand for the light. Of course. A sound plan. Certainly. For honor. Of course. For honor. A sound plan. Is there danger? Certainly. Of course. Certainly. A sound plan. For honor.
All these wretches off with the rest of them.
Move them out!
Of course. For honor.
Yes, my liege. Orders on my way. Say the word. Yes, my liege.
I'm here to help. Certainly. A sound plan. A sound plan. For my father. Is there danger? For honor. Certainly.
Bless you, Prince Arthas.
But what about the others who were taken away?
Don't worry, son. We'll find them and bring them home safe.
Prince Arthas, Lord Uther needs you at the Orc encampment immediately.
Never a dull moment. Let's get moving.
And what's beyond that?
I don't know.